I'm Arwen.
Somebody give them a hand.
So, is he a Titan? I don't know. But welcome back, guys. We're going to be watching more Attack on Titan today. Storm here.
Tom here.
Kimmy here.
A very exciting episode last time. Holy crap. Like, this show was so good because you have, like, these dramatic, kind of slow moments where the characters are talking things out, and then you just have everything hit the fan, and it's just, like, really scary and adrenaline rush. And Arwen, he went all the way out of his way. I mean, like, he always does, but he sacrificed himself.
That's right. He did. Well, I think he survived. Hopefully he survived.
Hopefully.
It was just giving him a hand.
Yeah, I know, right?
Erwin.
It was Erwin. But I always say names wrong, so it was probably Erwin, but I keep saying Erwin. But I really like him.
Hey,
he's an epic soldier, and it sucks. I don't think he's dead, though. He lost his arm, and I think he's going to come back and hopefully somehow manage to stop the bleeding and survive that wound and help out more. But look at all the people, like, how the soldiers just go out and sacrifice themselves, like, all the way to the last second, just to try to take down Reiner.
That one guy who got eaten who wasn't paying attention, and the horses kind of just stood there, like,
he's like,
bye.
I know. What do I do now?
I know, because it's just a constant reminder how bad this world really is. And it was kind of like, it was sick, but it was funny too, because you can't let your guard down. And he wasn't even doing anything. He was just standing there not paying attention. I mean, these things are huge, they're fast, but they don't just come out of the blue. So
Right.
Well, some of them are sneaky.
Yeah, they are.
True.
And I'm sure you can feel the vibration of the earth just, where you are.
Yeah, but with so many of them going on, you might not feel that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is true, because some are sneaky, they all have different traits, which is so freaky. Like, some are super fast and chompy, and they can jump around like Ymir. Look at her, like how she jumps around.
Yeah, and some are more primitive than others, so.
Sharp teeth. Yeah. Oh, man. So now we have this freaking one that ate Eren's mom. That came back, so...
Yeah, that one came back, huh?
Smiley.
I don't think he's going to want to leave. He's still healing.
I hope that's not somebody in the group, too.
I know, I thought the same thing. I really
know,
hope not.
I'm thinking...
Eating humans, maybe I'm hoping that he or she's not all there, and, if it is a person that we do know, I don't know, that they're just not in control of their Titan, like Ymir. She actually ate one of Reiner's friends and didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, majority of them seem more stupid, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't seem very well in control of themselves. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ymir was that way at the beginning, too, before, she got more evolved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, Ymir and Krista lied to Connie. I'm glad that Connie just kept Krista, but I don't know, with them being deceitful, if that's going to be a good or bad thing for our main group.
I think with Gum Titan here, I think Eren's going to grow his arms back real quick, and he's going to beat the living snot out of that thing.
I hope so. Shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
I think this is the finale. We're watching on Crunchyroll. And again, this is episode 237 on Crunchyroll. It is actually 212. I just wrote down the numbers. And I'll quickly look, and we're going to glaze over so we don't really look at it, but it looks like it's the last episode. So 237.
It's got to be the season finale.
Yeah.
Epic.
It is epic. Crap.
Sitting on the wall.
It kind of does look like his father.
Not yet. Who's that?
I know. I automatically thought, Dad? What? Ooh, God.
See,
on top of the beast.
So
is he controlling the beast? Is he the controller?
Can he leave the body like Ymir did hers? Or
right. Is he?
I doubt it. I think they're separate there.
Well,
yeah, he looked.
Rainer made a comment. He's like, "There's one person I don't want to have these powers, and that's Eren." And I'm wondering if it's because his father might have the same powers as the Beast Titan.
Yeah. I mean, look at this ending here.
He might be assuming that. He might assume that he's going to take the side of the Beast Titan.
Yeah. The Beast Titan, I mean, we've seen what he's done, and he doesn't have any compassion for life because he just crushes Titans and then says, okay, devour this guy, no problem, and doesn't even, worry about it. He has no remorse at all, kind of thing.
Nothing.
He's just very evil.
He's very smart.
and very smart, and it's very dangerous. He has a lot of control. But yeah, I mean, this episode alone was just insanely good. I mean, so many points here. Here, Eren has this ultimate power that can control Titans.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
The build up to that, like, what? And I love the idea of, like, what drives you, you know, hope, it seems love, and you want to protect humans, you want to protect humanity. And it was getting so frustrating. I mean, Eren, like, biting himself again, learning that he has to have, like, two things at least to be focused, driven, and, you know, inflict pain to become a Titan. But then here, he kind of had that, I thought, but then he couldn't turn. So I don't understand what happened there.
He didn't do it in time.
Unless he was still too weak because his fingers weren't grown back yet either. So
I think he bit off his fingers again, because when Mikasa was cutting the ropes off of him, he had everything back.
Did he? I think they were still like
I thought
this.
they were
I thought they were nubs. I think they were still
I thought maybe he bit them off again.
He could have bit one off either way. He was like very intense.
He has to go here. Where did he go here, right?
I'm wondering, because when it all happened that he was able to control the other Titans, it was after Mikasa was kind of having a moment with him. So I'm wondering if it's his emotion that changes. So when he's angry, he can transform into a Titan. But when he's, you know, feeling passion or, you know, or the other emotion, he can actually control. He can focus everybody else's energy onto what he needs.
Yeah.
But he was really angry. He didn't want his friend to die. He was trying to get there. And he was just so angry. He just focused on, I think he was focusing too much. Like, I don't know.
It was like a blind rage kind of thing.
You know, that scene I think was very important, and I had so many emotions. I'm sure you guys did too throughout that whole time. And I felt like really devastated and uncomfortable because like he was so desperate that he's like chewing off his own hand, you know, like he's trying his best to save his friend. And it's the mom. It's a Titan that went after his mom, so he has even more passion there. And also with Hans like getting eaten, like him like falling down to his knees and he's like curled into himself, just screaming. Like that scene was so like I felt so bad for him, and he just almost like lost his sanity for a moment because he just lost someone again. Like he lost his mom.
Lost another member of his family.
So
I mean,
it was like reliving that memory again, and that was such a good, powerful scene.
But see, I think that moment was actually the key. Is that he actually looked terrified when he first saw what Titan it was. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if his focus wasn't a true focus. He was terrified of the fact that it was the same Titan.
Yeah, and then seeing his other family member, because even though it doesn't matter he was a drunk, because I know he was always hard on himself too.
But he was always there for the family.
He was a family person to them, and he
so much so he goes after her. I mean, after it. So it's
and he was like happy to defend them and everything. Like, and he said he wanted to revenge, like he wanted to get vengeance for the mom. You know, so he was doing that, and he was proud to do it. God, so that whole scene was just so devastating and very powerful. I mean,
it was, and it almost made him to the next step of just screaming, and maybe that's what he needed to control the other Titans, to get on her. And like, that was the last straw. Like he heightened up. Like this is how you evolve into more of a more intellectual Titan. You know, we see more primitive ones, but then you see more intellectual ones like Annie, like
just to go like the next level.
Ymir, yes, he's evolving. He's slowly evolving, and for him, it was like.
Yeah. But he's evolving a little differently because he's doing something that the other Titans can't do.
Right, and he was his own form.
That was so crazy to see.
Which is so powerful.
Yeah, and again, there were so many things going on there, and I took it as, you know, he was so upset, and again, just feeling those like pure, like raw emotions of losing another loved one, and he had no control over it, and it's the same freaking Titan that he wanted to kill. You know, he killed his mom, you know, and he's like screaming and just losing control. And not until Eren and Mikasa had that moment, you know, together, that's when he realized and emotions changed. And that's when he became protective and was able to control the Titans.
Yes, because he brought up the scarf. I'll always.
Oh, that was sweet. That was such a sweet.
Yes, so maybe that was another. You know,
I'll wrap it around you as many times as you want.
Yes, protection. Protect.
Well, yeah. See, that's the emotion that I think changed him to have that ability.
Yeah.
Because before, when he was trying to turn into a Titan, yes, he was angry, but he was also terrified. And I think the terrified is what inhibited him from doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that whole thing was like really cool to see. I mean, I'm just like completely flabbergasted, I guess, and just him able to control the Titans like that. I did not see that coming.
Incredible. I think it's
Well,
gonna be a
I think he's
showdown
still
now.
they're still trying to connect the dots on that one. But of course, Armin is figuring that out already with Jean.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of, they know it's something to do with Eren, but how he did it, I'm sure they have to learn that out. Now, I also, when you saw Erwin, when he's in the hospital, and, he has that smirk on his face once, they have a theory that humans are Titans. I'm thinking now that he's going to try to think about seeing if he can train his people to turn.
Oh,
let's try to see if we can find ways to turn.
Right, fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Right. If I can get my guys to turn that are, want to, protect humanity, then we might have our own army of Titans that can.
How terrible is
That's
that?
a good point.
You have to think right down to that. You have to fight the exact thing you don't want.
Well, who's to say this
With
didn't
that
happen
same power.
so many years ago, and this is what happened that caused, all this downfall 100 years ago. But with the church hiding everything, you're hiding your past, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you hear the church music, the organ music, when he's thinking those undertones of the church music, where you're like, okay, that's the core, because it's the whole key to it.
Wow, huh? I mean, that would make more sense, yeah.
What if, like, 100 years ago, they did the same thing? They had the humans fighting for their lives. They turned the humans to fight the ones that are naturally Titans, like the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan, took all the main ones and hit them and made a pact with the guys. You hide these guys in the wall so they can't, do me any more harm, and I'll leave you guys alone. Until a couple of rogue ones showed up 100 years later, Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan, and they busted through the wall and started all this chaos again.
Yeah, so maybe, I mean, okay, so I know we were discussing this many times before, but so do we think the Beast Titan is leading Reiner and Berthold? Because they have to return
maybe
with
not.
something. So maybe they're separate, because I kept thinking that he was controlling them or was their leader.
I'm still thinking the Beast Titan is probably the ultimate bad guy. But I'm starting to think that maybe the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan aren't really the enemy. They're doing it for somebody else in order to survive or something, so they can get back at the Beast Titan.
Yeah, I'm
I
hoping.
don't know. There's something. There's a missing link there, though. There's something
It's almost
that's
like different clans. You have to
right.
fight.
Unless the Beast Titan is having these guys do something, being like, Eren's been awakened or whatever. He's as powerful as I am. I need you to stop them, otherwise I'm going to take out your entire village. Because don't forget, they keep saying, I want to go back to my hometown. That's what Bernholt was saying. I want to return to our hometown. So if their hometown is kind of like Connie's hometown, where everybody there turns into a Titan, then maybe they're being forced to do dirty work just so that they can survive.
Right, I love your theories.
Yeah, and their villagers in that same hometown can survive.
Yeah, so maybe they're just the short end of the stick, and they have to do the dirty work. So hopefully, and I think Ymir kind of suspects that, and that's why she decided to go back to help them. Because if she can persuade them to change their thoughts, then maybe she can get them to help them.
Yeah.
And fight the true enemy.
I like that idea. Like, I love your theories, and with Ymir too, I am happy to see that she didn't go completely selfish with Krista and started hurting other humans. Like, she actually tried to protect Irwin when she went over there, and it looked like she was so angry, and she's narrating about, like, curse you screwed things up, and then she attacks the Titan behind him. Like, he still fell off his horse, but it was a close call anyways. And then her also defending other people, and then going back to Berthold and Reiner and trying to help them out, because she doesn't hold so much hate to be like, although she is trying to get what she wants to, and she's like, well, I want to see what they're about, and you need to bring something back with you. You can't go back empty-handed.
But when
I don't think
when Ymir came back to help them, did you see the expression on both their faces? Like, wow, she came back.
Yeah, they were
on her
amazed.
own.
So I think that will also help them.
And when she said that you could take them back as your trophy, and they were thankful for it. So I think that, they're like, well, thank you, because, they probably knew if we return with nothing, then we'd probably be killed.
They're doomed, yes.
So,
Wow.
but I think she's doing that to try to persuade them. This isn't where you need to be. You need to be on this side.
This is getting really good. There's just so many theories, but it's fun. Like, I'm just shocked. There's a lot of great moments in this and so many sad moments, too. And I am so sad about Hans, though. He was a good character.
Me too, but we could have lost more. We could have lost Erwin. We could have lost
Jean. I thought Jean and With
Jean.
and Jean being
That
there,
was a
I'm like,
close
Jean's gonna
call.
go.
Mikasa got a little crushed, and
I worried about her, but I was like, hopefully she'll survive. But you don't know, and I just kind of thought like, oh no, she's gonna survive this. But you're right, like she had a couple close calls in this.
She
one
did,
too, and she's
and
injured.
I'm so glad that it was a bad timing, but she had to get out her emotions. She had to get out what was on her mind. Well,
she's never gotten out her emotions like this before.
Right.
She's never done that. Yeah.
It was like no time of the present. We're in the middle of this battle. We could die. She had to take. She had to say what was on her mind.
She actually looked happy for that moment.
Yes.
Yeah. And
she was relieved to say it.
I do love the animation. Like, it is really good in how they do that too, because a lot of animes have those dramatic moments, but this show, you really just hone in on it and you stay on that moment, and it's like in slow motion, and I know it probably is happening really fast around them, but I think those are really important moments to have, because it also reminds us of human emotions and what you're trying to protect and all that. So it's like we need to live that to understand what he's going through in order to upgrade,
to give yourself drive.
Be driven.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was good. But yeah, like sometimes I'm like, okay.
I'm like, okay, you got Titans in front of you. I'm back
she's
here.
gonna get plucked right in front of him.
Well, what's the thing? When she was having that moment, you saw in the background that Titan was like, just like sneaking out, like, whoa,
like,
turn around.
Not only that, like we kept seeing all these other moments, but then we kept seeing that nasty one that ate his mom, like eating his friend still.
Oh,
in the
piece by
background,
piece.
too, piece by piece.
Yeah, and I want to
just
know who that was. It had to have been a person. I wonder who it was.
Oh,
That's probably Hans.
the
Still.
Yeah, that was still Hans, right?
No, the smiling Titan. If that was a person in there.
If there's a person
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I know, so that's what I was kind of thinking too. But now I'm thinking maybe not. I mean, maybe they're all humans, Like,
yeah.
Well, I'm thinking they're all humans, but like my previous theory, where I'm saying that there could just be humans that are untrained.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a random wanderer,
and they just happen.
How does it even happen? Crazy. Well, I'm excited for the next season. Again, the number system on Crunchyroll is different, so we just go by that and by the normal one. So I guess we're watching season 3, episode 1 next time, and I don't have it written down yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be 238 on Crunchyroll. Or 338. It's going to be 338
338.
So I think we'll end it there, but thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye. Guys!
Bye!
Hug your loved ones.
That's right. They could be a Titan. You want to be nice to them.
Hug Tom.
What if we're the Titans?
Ooh.
I want to be a cheetah
in my
Titan.
Anybody else have an itch in their neck?
Oh, God. Here, let me scratch it for you.